Ms. Padina, I'm going to start with you. I have two questions. What did you do to become the first Latina elected head of the New Jersey Bar Association? And after you got the job, what did you do with it?
Thank you for that question, Chairman Durbin. The New Jersey Bar Association is a professional organization of over 18,000 attorneys. I represented them zealously through policies that the Bar Association formulated. I instituted a statewide law day while I was president of the New Jersey State Bar Association, where we offered economically disadvantaged people free legal services. Oftentimes, it was in high school gyms, and there was a team of attorneys who went there, and we provided legal consultation to economically disadvantaged people, landlord-tenant issues, criminal law issues, family law issues. That was one of the bedrocks that I'm quite proud of having done as the State Bar Association president.
So you think the right to counsel in the Sixth Amendment is something that we should honor?
There is absolutely no doubt. It's the Supreme Court state on point of Gideon.
Ms. Reardon, you had a significant case that you took on pro bono in 2009 involving a domestic worker who sued her employer, a married couple, for unpaid wages, and sued the husband for assault and battery. The case was referred to your firm from the Urban Justice Center, which incidentally, and this leaves them in a suspect category, that is where Senator Cory Booker first worked after he graduated from law school. You were the lead counsel for the domestic worker at trial. Would you explain what that case was all about?
Thank you, Chair Durbin. It was a privilege to represent Ms. Francois, a hardworking domestic caregiver who was extremely devoted to her young charge. I first chaired the trial on behalf of Ms. Francois. It was, as I think you mentioned, a jury trial in the Southern District of New York. It lasted several days. In my capacity as first chair, I delivered the opening and the closing. I directed and cross-examined several witnesses, and I briefed and argued numerous motions. I was also able to provide younger members of the team with stand-up courtroom experience. And we were gratified with the verdict, the district court judgments, and district court's judgment and the affirmance by the Second Circuit.
I understand the case involved violations of both federal and state fair labor statutes, along with state court claims.
That's right.
A little more complicated than the fact pattern that I described.
Yeah, it's true, Chair Durbin, that the case centered on the federal and state wage and hour claims under the Fair Labor Standards Act and the New York labor law, and then there were several tort claims.
Thanks. Mr. Huey, you're a former assistant U.S. attorney, and you are now involved in private practice, but also active in pro bono work with the firm. Is that correct?
Yes, Senator, that's correct.
Sounds like you've sat at both tables in the courtroom from time to time.
Chair Durbin, that's correct.
Well, that's perfect for this committee because there are some who want to tip the scales one direction, some want to tip it the other. Turns out you can be found on both corners. I thank you for that. Tell me about the pro bono side of your life now.
Chair Durbin, thank you for the question and for summarizing my experience. The pro bono side of my life involves working mostly on immigration matters and on matters for victims of human trafficking, both of which are firm-wide efforts that my firm supports, and they're matters that I care deeply about.
And this committee does as well. I thank you. Senator Kennedy?